I am not usually used to telling stories. I let my films tell the stories, but Darshan kind of coaxed me into it. I was like, no, I'm scared, but I'll try and just talk about something which is very personal. I've not really written down or prepared anything, just images and thoughts that come to me. So I was just remembering, I'm born and brought up in Bhutan, and I think for me, discovering sexuality, love, lust started when after my school, class 10, when I came from Bhutan to India, to Calcutta for +2 and then college. And I remember I was really shy, introvert, quiet, very scared that, coming from this small town in Bhutan to, please remind me that it's over 10 minutes, yeah? Okay, thank you. When I came to Calcutta, this big city, overwhelming, very scared of if I would be accepted or not. And in class, there was this beautiful, tall, South Indian classmate. And he was always extremely caring, protective towards me. He used to hold my hand to cross the streets because I couldn't cross the streets in Calcutta. I couldn't get up on the crowded buses, so he would kind of push me in. And those 2 years of school, 11, 12, we became like really, really close friends. By then, those 2 years, I think I had kind of had sex with nearly all the other boys in the school, not him. And for him, my heart used to go tap, 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 tap. But he was extremely, like really, really caring, loving friend, and I wanted to not lose that. Though at that time, I didn't have a sense of what is supposed to be illegal, wrong. It was just that any kind of sex is hush-hush. Be it men, women, whatever. And my preferences was men, of course. And I remember when our class 12 exam got over the day, he told me, why don't you come over for dinner to our house? And when I went to his house that night after our exams and got over, I realized his parents were not at home, and he was wearing a beautiful lungi folded up, and I'd never seen him in this lungi looking so beautiful. We had our first wine, so since his parents were not there, we thought, now we are big boys, we +12 is over, and we had our wine, and we were sitting in the balcony, and our toes touched, and something happened that evening, and lots happened. And I was really, like when I went back home, I was like, I don't know, I was just flying. I was so happy that, after so many years, after so many other boys, the one I really loved, I spent this beautiful evening with, also the day when, kind of school got over. Next morning, around about 8 o'clock in the morning, my doorbell rings and he's there. And I was like, wow, he's back again, I couldn't just believe it. And he said, no, listen, I need to talk to you, I wanted to meet you. So he came in, he sat down, and he said that, listen, what happened was absolutely wrong. And I think we should forget that it ever happened. And since it's going to be difficult to forget that it happened, I think we should not meet for at least the next 10 years. It really broke me. It really, even now when I think, I feel sad. It's after a long time I'm thinking about it. So he went away. We never met. I still remember going back to Calcutta, walking down the building where he used to live, looking up at the balcony, and I was at that point I never felt guilty. I only felt sadness, an immense sense of vacuum. I never felt that I did something wrong, but I just felt that why and why did he have to? I remember him so the last day when he came home, and that evening, I remember everything still. It's one of those images that never leave you, and you think that that you are born in a society where it takes away that dream from you. And I never knew at that point why it was being taken away from me. Anyway, after that I came to, after college, went to Berlin to study filmmaking, all kinds of exploration was happening. Bombay, what you just referred to chat rooms M2M, but for me it was not talking, it was meeting. Recently when I was talking to my 18-year-old niece and she was like, Mama, how was it? And I was like, 35 years, if you think, oh God, 1,000. And she's like, oh Mama, that can't be. But yes, I remember having this, when I came here, it was almost like I had not really leading double lives, but I had kind of two identities. I was workaholic, my goal was to become a filmmaker, I was really hardworking, I had great friends, I was open to my close friends always. And at night after my editing, I used to come in, log in as Kamrose, and that was a mix of Kama and Eros. And I still use that, I don't know, it was like amazing when I think of those nights. Never felt scared, met I don't know how many people, some beautiful memories, some became best of friends and some disappeared after beautiful nights or terrible ones. And it was work, 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 and somewhere, love was not something that, relationship, I would rather put it as that, was not really something I was thinking of, because so much of my time went with my work. Much later in life, after I became a filmmaker, then I realized that the problem of being, what is my identity? Are you being loved or sought after because you're a filmmaker or for the person you are? And we're constantly struggling with that. Being through two relationships that went really bitter because of the same conflict. And then a long spell when I thought that no, it's not happening, whatever. Last year around the same time, I was at the Calcutta Literary Festival and I was speaking like this, and suddenly I noticed there was this guy standing at the door and he was like just beautiful, and he was on his phone looking and making notes and all, and I could hardly focus on what I was doing. I was like, oh my God, who is this, and after the talk got over, it was not there. And I was like, and anyway, I had another session, so I went to the lounge and I opened my Instagram and suddenly I see this message from someone who looked like that guy, saying that I was there at TikTok and it was really nice, and I wanted to come up and talk to you, but you were surrounded by people, and I didn't have the guts, and you were wearing very nice pants, so I was wearing some lungi pants or whatever. So I was like, are you that guy who was standing there? And he's like, yes. I was like, wow, I noticed you, so why don't you come now? I'm waiting, I'm here at the we can have coffee. And he's like, no, I'm here just for a day, and I've already left the venue, and I'm going back to Delhi tomorrow. I'm like, I'm going back to Mumbai tomorrow, and this is my city, I can take you out for dinner. So he's like, I'm 45 minutes away. I said, just turn back, I'm waiting. And I was at the same time, I have no idea if he's interested in me, straight, whatever, but I'm just trying my luck. Anyway, he came back and we started chatting. I said that, okay, I need to go back to my hotel. I was wearing something which is like, Italian character, everyone was just staring at me. And I was like, wow, I need to just be more comfortable. So we went back to my hotel and I said, you want to come up because I want to change, or you want to wait? He said, no, I'll come up and use the restroom. So while we were chatting upstairs, he just said, when I was a kid, my biggest crush was my friend Sanjay Suri, who's an actor. And when did he say that? I said, yes. So I said, let's take a photo together and I will send it to Sanjay right now. So he came, he sat next to me, so I did a selfie, so I said, "Let me hug you and let's take a photo." And I did this and he started kissing me. So, so 8 months into that, Delhi, Bombay, realizing that he was scared of the word love. So I'm also, okay, let it just, give it time, whatever. And then I was traveling to, I'll try and quickly do it. I was traveling to Australia for 10 days, and I thought that maybe it would be nice to travel together and just, not meet just in hotels for, a couple of nights, but be together for some time. So he was very scared because he was not traveling with anybody. So he comes to Australia with him, and I just told him that I'm going to a film festival. The only thing that I can tell you is people will look at you as if you're with me for a reason. So he said, I don't care. So I said, I don't care. So anyway, he came, and it was beautiful first few days. And then I realized that yes, people were judging him. So I told him, you are in Melbourne, and why don't you, just go out to the nightclubs and gay clubs. I've been here many times. I'll go and do the official dinners and stuff like that. And I remember one night he went out. I came back at 2 in the night to the hotel, and I thought that, okay, maybe he'll come back tomorrow morning. I'm not a very possessive that way. He comes back at 3 in the night, wakes me up, and says, I just want to tell you that you are the person for me. So suddenly I was like, oh my God, now I can hope. And then the festival was coming to an end, and suddenly he started talking about, let's run away together, I'm falling in love with you. And I'm like, shit, should I, think more, whatever. And we go to this party, which was the closing party, and there was a lot of people from the industry. And I introduced him to people. And by the end of the night, once we get back to the hotel, I realized that some very well-known filmmakers out there had already started messaging me on Instagram, saying, oh, hi, it was so beautiful to meet you, we must catch up, and all those things happening. And I'm like, oh, I've also been suddenly added on Instagram, and he was showing me all these messages. I was a little uncomfortable that, oh, this is like, anyway, so I thought, okay, they're finding you, becoming friendly, it's okay, there's nothing to, I don't want to say like, no, don't answer, it's just saying hi, want to meet you again, it's okay. Cut to 1 month later, coming back to Bombay, he's planning to shift here because we want to spend more time together. He comes to Bombay and trying to figure out a place where he can stay, and he's come for an interview, and he comes to meet me for lunch, and he's going to fly back and say, listen, don't get mad at me, I have to tell you something. I said, what? He said, just before I met you, I had to meet this other director who would say that just come over for coffee, and since you're in Bombay, and he was so wonderful. He spoke about, he wanted to know if I'm dating anyone, and just spoke about how lonely his life was, and what is my salary, what kind of job I'm looking for, and that was the last I met him. So yeah, that's the story.